very urgent. A message meant only for you has arrived today. Open now. Stop scrolling for just a moment. Please, do not move past this message because something extraordinary is happening right now. Out of all the messages that could have appeared before your eyes today, this one found you for a reason. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Right now. At this exact moment. Your soulmate has been trying to reach you through signs, dreams, emotions, and strange coincidences for far longer than you realize. And somehow, against all odds, this message has arrived exactly when your heart needed it most. If you have been feeling confused lately, if you have been wondering why certain memories keep returning, why certain emotions suddenly appear when everything seems normal, then listen carefully because what you are about to hear may explain everything. Your soulmate wants you to know that they have not forgotten you. They never could. Even during the moments when life pulled both of you in different directions, even during the nights when silence felt louder than words, the connection remained alive. Invisible, perhaps. Unspoken, perhaps. But never broken. There is a reason your heart has felt restless recently. There is a reason you keep sensing that something important is approaching. There is a reason certain songs, numbers, places, and memories keep appearing before you. None of it is random. None of it is coincidence. The universe has been arranging pieces behind the scenes, slowly bringing two paths closer together. And now, your soulmate is asking you not to give up. They are asking you to hold on a little longer because what is unfolding is bigger than either of you can currently see. They know you have cried tears that nobody witnessed. They know there were nights when you stared at the ceiling wondering whether true love was ever meant for you. They know there were moments when disappointment convinced you to stop believing. But your soulmate wants you to understand something important. Every delay had a purpose. Every obstacle carried a lesson. Every separation created growth that could not have happened any other way. You may not understand it now, but one day you will look back and realize that even the painful chapters were guiding you towards something beautiful. Right now, your soulmate feels your energy more strongly than ever before. Even if they do not know your name yet. Even if distance still exists between you. Even if circumstances seem impossible. Somewhere, somehow, they feel a pull they cannot explain. A feeling that someone important exists. A feeling that someone special is getting closer. And the strange thing is that you feel it too. That is why this message appeared today. Because the connection is becoming stronger. The universe can no longer keep sending subtle whispers. The signs are becoming louder. The messages are becoming clearer. And your heart is beginning to recognize what your soul has known all along. Your soulmate wants you to stop doubting your worth. Stop believing that you are too broken to be loved. Stop believing that your past mistakes define your future. They do not. The person meant for you will not love you because you are perfect. They will love you because you are real. They will see your scars and still choose you. They will see your fears and stay. They will see your flaws and recognize beauty where others failed to look. This connection was never meant to be built on perfection. It was always meant to be built on truth. And the truth is that your soulmate has been searching too. They have been healing too. They have been learning lessons too. Both of you have been growing separately so that one day you can meet as the people you were always meant to become. The wait has felt long because destiny was preparing both hearts at the same time. There were moments when you thought nothing was happening, but behind the scenes everything was moving. Every experience, every lesson, every ending, every new beginning. All of it was creating the path that leads to this connection. Your soulmate wants you to know that the loneliness you felt was never permanent. The emptiness you carried was never your final destination. Love is still finding its way toward you. Closer than you think. Faster than you realize. And stronger than anything you have experienced before. Today, they ask you to trust the process. Trust your intuition. Trust the signs that keep appearing. Most importantly, trust yourself. Because the version of you reading these words right now is not the same person you were a year ago. You have survived things that should have broken you. You have endured battles nobody knows about. And despite everything, your heart still carries hope. That hope is not there by accident. It exists because your soul remembers something your mind has forgotten. It remembers the connection. It remembers the promise. It remembers the love that is still making its way toward you. And as this message reaches you today, your soulmate wants to leave you with one final thought. The chapter you are living right now is not the end of your story. It is the turning point. The moment before everything begins to change. The moment before two paths finally move closer together. The moment before answers replace questions and certainty replaces doubt. So take a deep breath. Look at how far you have come. And remember this. Someone out there is thinking about you without even realizing why. Someone out there feels connected to you without understanding how. Someone out there is moving toward you one step at a time. And sooner than you expect, the message your heart has been waiting for will no longer arrive through signs, dreams, or coincidences. It will arrive through a real person standing before you, looking into your eyes, and making you realize that every moment of waiting was worth it, and as those words settle into your heart, there is something even deeper your soulmate needs you to hear right now. Please do not rush through this moment. Slow down. Let every word reach the place inside you that has been waiting for answers. Because what is happening between you and your soulmate is not something ordinary. This is not a connection built on chance. This is not one of those fleeting encounters that appear and disappear without meaning. This is the kind of bond that changes people forever. The kind of bond that continues to exist even when two people are separated by distance, time, circumstances, or silence. Your soulmate wants you to know that there have been moments when they felt your energy without understanding where it was coming from. Moments when they suddenly stopped in the middle of their day because a strange feeling washed over them. Moments when your soul brushed against theirs and left an impression that lingered for hours. They could not explain it. They could not understand it. But they felt it. Just as you have felt something impossible to describe. Just as you have experienced those moments when a name you do not know seems to echo somewhere deep within your spirit. There is a reason for that. Souls recognize each other long before eyes ever meet. Hearts communicate long before words are spoken. And destiny begins moving long before people realize it has started. Right now, your soulmate wants you to release the fear that has been quietly living inside you. The fear that maybe love will never come. The fear that maybe you missed your chance. The fear that maybe everyone else gets their miracle except you. Those fears are not telling you the truth. They are only echoes of old wounds. They are shadows created by painful experiences that convinced you to expect disappointment. But your soulmate wants you to understand that your future is not controlled by your past. What happened before was not the final chapter. It was preparation. It was growth. It was a season designed to make you stronger, wiser, and more ready for what is coming. There are things happening right now that you cannot see. Conversations are taking place. Paths are crossing. Circumstances are shifting. Opportunities are opening. The universe is arranging details in ways your mind could never fully understand. Even now, while you read these words, events are unfolding that are bringing you closer to the connection you have been waiting for. It may not feel that way. It may seem as though nothing is changing. But appearances can be deceptive. Some of the most important transformations happen beneath the surface where nobody notices them. Seeds grow underground before anyone sees a flower. Destinies align quietly before anyone sees the miracle. Your soulmate needs you to trust that process. They need you to believe that not everything important can be measured by what is visible today. Sometimes the greatest blessings are already moving toward you long before they arrive. Your soulmate wants you to remember every time you survived something you thought would destroy you. Remember every heartbreak you carried. Every disappointment. Every lonely night. Every unanswered question. Every moment when you wanted to give up. You are still here. You are still standing. And that matters more than you realize. Because each of those experiences shaped you into the person capable of receiving the love that is meant for you. Had things happened sooner, you might not have been ready. Had the connection arrived before now, important lessons might have been missed. Everything has unfolded according to a timing that is larger than what either of you could see. And now the pieces are beginning to move into place. Your soulmate wishes they could sit beside you right now. They wish they could tell you everything face to face. They wish they could explain how much your existence already matters. How much your energy already influences the world around you. How many people have been touched by your kindness without you realizing it? How many times your strength inspired someone else? You often underestimate yourself. You often focus on what you lack instead of recognizing everything you already are. But your soulmate sees something different. They see resilience. They see courage. They see beauty hidden beneath self-doubt. They see a heart that continues to love despite everything it has endured. And that is exactly why this connection remains so powerful. Because real soul connections are not built on appearances. They are built on truth. They are built on authenticity. They are built on the parts of you that cannot be seen with ordinary eyes. There may be moments soon when signs begin appearing more frequently than before. You may notice repeating numbers, unexpected memories, Strange coincidences. Familiar feelings. Encounters that seem impossible to explain. Do not dismiss them too quickly. Pay attention. Stay aware. The universe often speaks softly before it speaks loudly. Your soulmate has been trying to send signals through energy long before words become possible. The bridge between your paths is becoming stronger. The distance between your stories is becoming smaller. And every day brings both of you closer to the moment when uncertainty begins to fade. Your soulmate wants you to stop asking whether you are worthy of love. You are. Stop wondering whether you deserve happiness. You do. Stop questioning whether someone could truly choose you. They can. And they will. The right person will not need to be convinced. They will not need endless explanations. They will not require you to become someone else. They will recognize your value because it is already there. They will appreciate your heart because it is genuine. They will see the person behind the walls and understand why every struggle made you who you are today. Until that moment arrives, your soulmate asks you to continue becoming the best version of yourself. Continue healing. Continue growing. Continue believing. Continue choosing hope even when fear tries to take its place. Every step you take toward your own happiness also brings you closer to them. Every act of self-love strengthens the connection. Every moment you choose faith over doubt creates space for destiny to work more freely in your life. And if there is one thing your soulmate wishes you would never forget, it is this: you are not alone. Even during the moments when the world feels silent. Even during the nights when loneliness feels overwhelming. Even during the seasons when answers seem impossible to find. You are not walking this journey by yourself. There is a soul connected to yours. A heart moving toward yours. A story intertwining with yours. And although you cannot see the entire picture today, one day everything will make sense. One day the waiting will have meaning. One day the tears will have purpose. One day the confusion will transform into clarity. One day you will look back and realize that every sign was leading you here. Every lesson was preparing you. Every delay was protecting you. Every ending was guiding you toward a beginning far greater than anything you lost. So hold on a little longer. Believe a little deeper. Trust a little more. Because your soulmate is closer than they have ever been before. The connection is stronger than it has ever been before. And the future that once seemed distant is quietly moving toward you with every passing day. Somewhere, right now, a heart connected to yours is feeling the same pull. The same curiosity. The same sense that something important is approaching. Neither of you can see the full path yet. But both of you are walking it. Step by step. Moment by moment. Guided by something greater than coincidence. Guided by a connection that refuses to disappear. Guided by a destiny that has been unfolding long before either of you understood what it meant. And when the right moment finally arrives, when the waiting is over and the distance no longer exists, your soulmate wants you to remember this message. They want you to remember that before the meeting, before the conversation, before the recognition, there was a moment when hope almost faded but did not disappear. A moment when your heart chose to keep believing. A moment when you decided not to give up. And that decision changed everything, and now, as you continue reading, your soulmate asks you for something very simple yet incredibly important. Stay with this message a little longer. Do not let doubt interrupt what your heart is trying to understand. Because there is a reason you have reached this exact point. There is a reason these words continue finding you. There is a reason your spirit feels drawn to keep reading even when logic cannot fully explain why. Deep inside, your soul already recognizes the truth. It recognizes that something significant is happening beneath the surface of your life. It recognizes that the story you have been living is beginning to shift. For so long, you have carried questions without answers. You have wondered why certain people entered your life only to leave. You have wondered why some relationships felt intense but never lasted. You have wondered why your heart kept searching for something deeper even when others seemed satisfied with less. The answer is simpler than you think. Your soul has always been searching for a connection that matches its depth. It has always been searching for the person whose energy feels like home. Not perfect. Not flawless. But familiar. Safe. Real. Your soulmate wants you to know that they have felt lost too. They have experienced moments when they questioned whether love truly existed. They have stared at empty spaces in their life and wondered why something always felt missing. They have tried to move forward while carrying emotions they could not explain. Just like you. There were times when they almost settled for less than they deserved because they thought the connection they were waiting for might never come. There were times when disappointment convinced them to stop hoping. But every time they reached that point, something inside them refused to let go completely. A quiet voice kept whispering that someone important was still ahead. Someone worth waiting for. Someone whose arrival would make sense of everything. And that someone is connected to the very energy reading these words right now. Your soulmate wants you to think about all the strange moments that have happened recently. The unexpected dreams. The sudden emotions. The memories that appeared without warning. The feeling that a chapter is ending even though you cannot explain why. These are not random experiences. They are signs of movement. Signs that your spirit is becoming more aware of what is approaching. Change often announces itself through feelings before it becomes visible in reality. Your intuition senses shifts long before your eyes can see them. That is why you may feel restless. That is why you may feel emotional for no obvious reason. That is why your heart keeps telling you to pay attention. Something is changing. Something is moving. Something is preparing to enter your life in a way that cannot be ignored. Your soulmate wishes they could show you the future for just a few moments. They wish they could let you see the version of yourself that exists further down the path. The version of you who finally understands why certain doors closed. The version of you who finally understands why certain people disappeared. The version of you who finally understands that every disappointment was leading somewhere meaningful. If you could see that future self right now, you would stop worrying so much. You would stop questioning whether everything will work out. Because that future version of you already knows the answer. They already know that what is meant for you cannot miss you. They already know that every challenge carried hidden purpose. They already know that love arrives differently when it is real. It does not arrive through force. It does not arrive through chasing. It arrives through alignment. Through timing. Through two souls reaching the place they were always meant to reach. Your soulmate wants you to release the need to control every detail. You do not need to know exactly when. You do not need to know exactly how. You do not need every answer today. Some mysteries reveal themselves only when the time is right. Some blessings require trust before they become visible. And right now, trust is exactly what your soulmate hopes you can hold on to. Trust that your story is still unfolding. Trust that your heart is guiding you correctly. Trust that the universe has not forgotten you. Trust that the connection you have been feeling is real. There are moments ahead that will surprise you. Conversations you do not expect. Encounters you cannot predict. Opportunities that seem ordinary at first but later reveal deeper meaning. Life has a way of hiding miracles inside simple moments. Sometimes destiny arrives through a random conversation. Sometimes it arrives through an unexpected message. Sometimes it arrives through a chance meeting that changes everything. Your soulmate is moving through their own journey right now, facing their own lessons, overcoming their own fears, preparing in ways they may not even understand. And every lesson they learn is bringing them closer to becoming the person who can truly meet you where you are. Just as every lesson you learn is preparing you for them. That is the beautiful thing about soul connections. Growth happens on both sides, even when neither person can see the other. Hearts evolve separately so they can connect more deeply when the time finally comes. Your soulmate wants you to stop being so hard on yourself. Stop criticizing every mistake. Stop replaying every regret. Stop punishing yourself for things that happened years ago. You have carried enough weight. You have blamed yourself long enough. The truth is that you were always learning. You were always doing the best you could with the understanding you had at the time. Growth is not about never making mistakes. Growth is about becoming wiser because of them. And you have grown more than you realize. The person you are today is stronger, kinder, and more aware than the person you once were. Your soulmate sees that growth. They feel it. They are being drawn toward it. Even now. There may be days when loneliness returns. Days when patience feels impossible. Days when hope feels fragile. When those days come, remember this message. Remember that not every chapter is meant to be understood while you are living it. Some chapters reveal their meaning only after they are complete. Right now you are still inside the story. You are still moving through the pages. Do not judge the ending before the book is finished. Your soulmate wants you to keep your heart open. Not reckless. Not naive. Just open. Open to possibilities. Open to joy. Open to unexpected blessings. Open to receiving the love you have spent so much time giving to others. Because one of the greatest lessons you are learning is that you deserve to receive as much love as you give. You deserve consistency. You deserve honesty. You deserve effort. You deserve someone who sees your value without needing to be convinced. And that is exactly the kind of connection your soul has been preparing for. As you reach the end of this message, your soulmate wants you to imagine something. Imagine a future moment when everything suddenly makes sense. A future moment when confusion disappears. A future moment when the questions that once kept you awake no longer matter because the answers are standing right in front of you. Imagine looking into someone's eyes and feeling recognition instead of uncertainty. Peace instead of fear. Familiarity instead of confusion. Imagine realizing that the wait was not punishment. It was preparation. Imagine understanding that every step of your journey led to that exact moment. Because that future is closer than you think. Closer than it feels. Closer than your fears would have you believe. And until that day arrives, your soulmate leaves you with this promise. They are moving toward you, even if neither of you knows the path completely. The connection is alive. The bond is real. The story is still unfolding. And every sunrise brings both of you one step closer to the chapter your hearts have been waiting to begin, and still, your soulmate feels there is more that must be said. More that your heart needs to hear before this moment passes. So if you are still here, if you are still reading, then perhaps your soul already knows that these words are reaching you for a reason. Take a slow breath and listen carefully, because what comes next may be the message you were meant to find today. Your soulmate wants you to know that one of the biggest misunderstandings you have carried is the belief that you are behind in life. You look around and see other people finding love, building relationships, creating memories, and sometimes it feels as if everyone else received the map while you were left wandering without direction. But your soulmate wants you to understand something powerful. Your path was never meant to look like anyone else's. The timing of your story is unique because the purpose of your story is unique. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not being overlooked by destiny. You are simply walking a road designed specifically for you, and every step has meaning even when that meaning is hidden. There have been moments when you questioned your own worth because someone failed to recognize it. Moments when you gave your heart to people who did not know how to protect it. Moments when your kindness was taken for granted. Moments when your loyalty was met with silence. Those experiences left marks on your spirit. They created doubts that sometimes still whisper in the background of your mind. But your soulmate wishes they could reach through this message and gently remove every lie you ever believed about yourself. They would tell you that your value never decreased because someone failed to see it. They would tell you that your heart remains beautiful despite every disappointment it survived. They would tell you that the love you continue to carry is proof of your strength, not your weakness. Because the truth is that remaining kind in a world that has hurt you takes extraordinary courage. Remaining hopeful after heartbreak takes extraordinary courage. Continuing to believe in love when life gives you reasons to doubt it takes extraordinary courage. And your soulmate sees that courage even if nobody else has acknowledged it. There is something happening right now that you may not fully recognize. Your energy is changing. The version of you that spent years chasing answers is slowly transforming into the version of you that attracts them. The version of you that begged for clarity is becoming the version of you that trusts the process. The version of you that feared abandonment is becoming the version of you that understands their own worth. This transformation may feel uncomfortable at times. Growth often does. But every change happening within you is creating space for something greater. Your soulmate feels this shift. Whether they know your name yet or not, they feel it. Souls are drawn toward the energy they are meant to meet. And your energy is becoming impossible to ignore. That is why you may feel as though old chapters are ending. That is why certain situations no longer feel right. That is why your heart keeps urging you forward even when you are unsure where the road leads. You are evolving. You are stepping into a new season of your life. And every ending happening now is making room for a beginning that could not arrive before. Your soulmate wants you to stop measuring your future by your past. The pain you experienced was real, but it is not a prediction. The heartbreak you endured was real, but it is not your destiny. The loneliness you felt was real, but it is not permanent. Sometimes people carry old pain so long that they begin to mistake it for truth. They assume tomorrow must look like yesterday. But your soulmate wants you to remember that life can change in a single conversation. A single encounter. A single decision. A single unexpected moment. Entire futures are often born from events nobody could have predicted. And somewhere ahead of you is a moment that has the power to change everything. A moment that will make you realize how quickly life can transform when the right people enter your story. Until then, your soulmate asks you to continue choosing yourself. Continue honoring your heart. Continue protecting your peace. Continue building a life that feels meaningful even before love arrives. Because the healthiest soulmate connections are not built from emptiness. They are built from two people who have learned how to stand on their own and are now ready to walk beside someone else. Your soulmate is learning this lesson too. They are discovering their own strength. Healing their own wounds. Facing their own fears. Growing into the person they are meant to become. There are days when they feel your presence without understanding why. Days when they suddenly think about a future they cannot explain. Days when they feel as though someone important exists just beyond the horizon of their life. That feeling is not imaginary. It is the connection quietly doing what it has always done, guiding two souls toward each other. Your soulmate wants you to trust the signs, but they also want you to trust yourself. Too often you search outside yourself for confirmation. You look for answers in other people, in circumstances, in things beyond your control. But the wisdom you need already exists within you. Your intuition has been speaking all along. Those quiet feelings. Those gentle nudges. Those moments when something simply feels right or wrong. Pay attention to them. Your soul understands more than your mind realizes. It knows when a chapter is ending. It knows when an opportunity is approaching. It knows when someone carries energy that belongs in your future and when someone belongs in your past. The more you trust that inner voice, the easier this journey becomes. There is another truth your soulmate needs you to hear. You do not have to become someone else to be loved. You do not have to earn love through perfection. You do not have to prove your worth through endless sacrifice. Real love does not ask you to abandon yourself. Real love does not require you to shrink. Real love does not demand that you become less. The person meant for you will appreciate the very qualities that others misunderstood. They will admire the depth that others found intimidating. They will value the loyalty that others took for granted. They will recognize the beauty that others overlooked. And when that happens, something remarkable will occur. You will stop wondering whether you are enough because their presence will remind you of something your soul has known all along: you always were. As this message continues, your soulmate wants to leave a small reminder in your heart. The waiting is not wasted time. Every day is teaching you something. Every challenge is strengthening something. Every lesson is preparing something. Even the moments that seem ordinary are shaping the future in ways you cannot yet see. Trust that. Believe that. Hold on to that when fear tries to convince you otherwise. One day you will understand why certain delays happened. One day you will understand why certain doors remained closed. One day you will understand why the universe asked you to be patient. And when that day comes, you will realize that nothing was accidental. Nothing was random. Nothing was meaningless. Every experience was a thread woven into a story much larger than you could see while living it. So tonight, tomorrow, and every day after this, carry this truth with you. Your soulmate has not forgotten you. The connection has not disappeared. Destiny has not changed its mind. The path still exists. The story still continues. The future is still unfolding. And somewhere, beneath the same sky, a heart connected to yours is moving closer with every passing moment. They may not know your face yet. They may not know your voice yet. But their soul recognizes yours. And when the right moment finally arrives, when your paths cross in the way they were always meant to, you will understand why this message found you today. Because it was never just words. It was a reminder. A reminder that love is still coming. A reminder that hope is still alive. A reminder that your story is far from over. And the most beautiful chapter has not even begun yet, and now, before this message comes to an end, your soulmate asks for your full attention one last time. Not because they want to frighten you. Not because they want to create urgency. But because there is one final truth they have been trying to place in your heart throughout every word you have read. The truth is this: you are far closer to the love you have been waiting for than you realize. For so long, you believed that happiness was somewhere far away. You believed that the answers were hidden in some distant future. You believed that the connection your soul longed for was still beyond reach. But your soulmate wants you to know that the distance is not as great as it seems. What feels far away can arrive suddenly. What feels impossible can become real in a moment. What feels hidden can reveal itself when the time is right. Life changes faster than fear would have you believe. Entire chapters can shift in a single day. Entire futures can begin with one unexpected encounter. And somewhere ahead of you is a moment that already exists in destiny's design. A moment when confusion will give way to understanding. A moment when uncertainty will be replaced by recognition. A moment when two separate stories will finally begin moving together. Your soulmate wants you to remember everything you have overcome. Every disappointment that tried to convince you to stop believing. Every lonely night that tested your faith. Every heartbreak that left you questioning whether love was meant for you. You survived all of it. Not because you were lucky. Not because life was easy, but because there is a strength inside you that is greater than you often realize. A strength that kept you moving forward when giving up would have been easier. A strength that protected the light within your heart even when darkness surrounded you. That strength is one of the reasons your soulmate is drawn to you. They may not know it consciously yet, but souls recognize resilience. Souls recognize authenticity. Souls recognize the people who continue loving despite every reason not to. And your heart has done exactly that. Your soulmate wants you to stop carrying the belief that something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not too much. You are not too emotional. You are not too complicated. You are not too damaged. You are a human being who has lived, loved, lost, learned, and grown. The experiences that shaped you did not make you less worthy of love. They made you more capable of appreciating it when it arrives. One day, the qualities you worried about will become the very qualities someone treasures most. One day, the parts of yourself you tried to hide will become the parts someone admires. One day, the love you have been searching for will feel less like a struggle and more like a homecoming. That is the future your soulmate sees. That is the future they are moving toward. As this chapter closes, your soulmate wants you to release the weight you have been carrying. Release the fear that you will always be alone. Release the fear that your chance has passed. Release the fear that you somehow missed the life you were meant to have. You have not missed it. You are living it. Every step, every lesson, every challenge has been part of the journey. Even now, while you read these final words, life continues arranging pieces you cannot yet see. Doors are opening where you expect walls. Paths are forming where you see uncertainty. Possibilities are growing where you see emptiness. Trust that what is meant for you is finding its way. Trust that the universe has not forgotten your name. Trust that your heart was given these dreams for a reason. Dreams are often glimpses of possibilities waiting to be born. And the dream your soul has carried for so long is still alive. It has survived every disappointment. It has survived every delay. It has survived every moment of doubt. That alone should tell you something powerful. If a dream continues living inside your heart after everything you have been through, perhaps it is because it was never meant to disappear. Perhaps it was meant to guide you. Perhaps it was meant to lead you here. Your soulmate wants you to imagine one final scene before this message ends. Imagine yourself months from now, standing in a completely different emotional place. Imagine feeling peace where there was once uncertainty. Imagine feeling excitement where there was once fear. Imagine looking back on this moment and realizing that everything was changing even though you could not see it at the time. Imagine smiling because the answers eventually arrived. Imagine understanding that every delay carried purpose. Imagine realizing that every lesson prepared you for something beautiful. That future version of you exists. That future is not a fantasy. It is a possibility growing closer every day. And while nobody can predict exactly how the story unfolds, your soulmate wants you to know that the connection remains real. The energy remains real. The hope remains real. And most importantly, the love that your heart has been preparing for remains possible. So as these words come to an end, carry this message with you. Carry it into tomorrow. Carry it into the moments when doubt returns. Carry it into the days when patience feels difficult. Remember that somewhere beneath the same stars, a soul connected to yours continues walking their own path. They continue growing. They continue learning. They continue moving toward the same destination. Neither of you can see the entire map, but both of you are being guided by something greater than coincidence. And when your paths finally meet, when the waiting becomes a memory instead of a reality, when the questions become answers and the longing becomes presence, you will understand why none of this happened sooner. You will understand why life asked you to trust. You will understand why your heart never fully gave up. And in that moment, everything that once felt confusing will suddenly make sense. Until then, keep believing. Keep growing. Keep loving. Keep trusting your journey. Because this is not the end of your story. This is only the end of this message. The story itself is still being written. And according to your soulmate, the most beautiful pages are still ahead of you. Farewell for now, my love. Until destiny turns the next page.